This is politics. It ain't healthy. This is live.
Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And that doesn't mean it's not for you, but right now, these last few months, few years, you know what I'm talking about.
Also, if people don't show up to work, we have a right to fire them. And
baby, it ain't been working for you, okay? You done got yourself in some mess, and it's time for you to get a job. You done got yourself in some mess. You just gonna need to get a job for a little.
Recently, the Emmy Award-winning actress, entrepreneur, vegan, and social media influencer Tabitha BROWN made headlines in giving her advice to women to get a job and stop doing full-time entrepreneurship. She specifically got backlash from the Black community. She appeared to be telling women overall who are full-time entrepreneurs that they need to go back and into the workforce of their 9 to 5. In her words, because during these past few months and future few years, aka during the Trump administration, women are failing. While I understand why people, especially Black women, are upset, and also Tabitha BROWN's point of view, I do feel her message was bad timing, especially when 300,000 Black women that is, were laid off from their federal government jobs earlier this year in 2025 after President Trump signed the executive order to cut federal jobs, as well as cutting DEI programs, as well as inflation and student loan debt. And fewer than 617,000 women are working compared to pre-pandemic of February 2020. Hello, I am Politic Closing and speak on topics where people feel they have no voice and share my thoughts on various topics in politics and social media. Before I share my thoughts, please make sure you like this video, comment, and subscribe constructively, and hit that notification button so you will never miss a video. I want to say, instead of communities, no matter what race, gender, age, orientation you are, we as a people should come together as a whole and have an open dialogue on injustices, mistreatment, and other variables that tear communities apart as well as break families apart. For those that don't know, Tabitha BROWN is one of the most motivational, uplifting individuals in social media, not because of just her success stories along the years, but how she started from working as an Uber driver to becoming one of the most successful multi-millionaire Black women in social media. Tabitha worked prior to becoming viral in 2017. She worked a number of jobs that included working at Taco Bell, Winn-Dixie, grocery store, sales center supervisor, did 5 years as a Macy's sales associate, and worked other jobs that included nursing home aide. By 2017, after being unable to work because of her own personal illness, she became an Uber driver. So I don't understand where all of this hate from the Black community comes from when she knows the meaning of struggle and being a mom and wife, all while making ends meet. Now, I do understand it probably was a bad timing. Why? Recent studies show women have been affected in this current workforce due to studies across the United States show that more than half of Black women in occupations worked in jobs that consist of more women than men, causing their pay to be less than their male counterparts. This is why there's a shortage in areas such as healthcare field, education field, and retail jobs. Because of this is why there has been an increase of women of all races leaving their fields in healthcare and other occupations, and instead entering markets such as software developer, where they are paid more, however they are unrepresented due to the fact these areas have more men than women. But the issue even then, in underrepresentation markets, women are largely locked out of higher paying jobs by men. Overall, women as a whole are underrepresented, underpaid, but have the highest education. According to NEP.org, even with higher education, black women access to better paying jobs still remain limited, and that black women with even graduate degrees are penalized. In short, black women's wage gap gets wider. So the jobs that were once there when Tabitha BROWN was working 9-to-5 jobs in this year of 2020-25 are not of existence. From large job layoffs, federal government cuts, systematic occupation segregation. But even with all that being said, it was Tabitha BROWN that during the elimination of diversity, equality, and inclusion programs that told the black community to not boycott Target because it would unfairly harm black-owned businesses that struggled to gain shelf space and now facing potential fallout from the decision of Target to roll back its DEI initiatives. In fact, she stated that instead of boycotting, consumers should continue shopping at Target, but be more selective, focus on supporting black-owned products and brands that were already in the store. So my question today is, where is the support from the black community to the people in the black community as a whole? Young black men in inner cities are, according to U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, 54% of black men are born in the poorest households, end up in the lowest earnings bracket between the ages of 28 to 35, when compared to 22% of white men, 29% of white women, and 34% of black women. With violence and crimes and homelessness still being an issue in America altogether, I think the last thing people need to do is attack a person for stating her views. And instead of listening to the messenger, people should be listening to the message. This is my 2 cents. This is Politic Graham.